Are you leading a life right now that isn't quite as fulfilling as you had hoped? Maybe in a dead-end career, a relationship that's not as loving? Well, give today a listen, because I'm going to talk about 3 powerful tools that you can use right now to start building a life of fulfillment. Welcome to Life Mastery for Women. I'm your host, Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Join me here 3 times a week for empowering conversations, powerful tools and techniques to help you experience more joy, healing, and deeper connections in your life. Feel free to join my online Facebook communities, Chakras for Beginners or Lady Rising, where you can share your experience and ask your questions. If you're interested in joining a live and in-person community of women who connect, heal, and create a life that is full of joy, inspiration, and empowerment, then please send me an email to the meditationroomtc@gmail.com, subject line, let's talk. Get ready, ladies. It's time to get that nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. Life is hard, but your personal growth doesn't have to be. Hey ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I'm finding you completely living a life that is fulfilled. If you're not living a life that is fulfilled, then it is my intention that in today's episode I give you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. I hope you guys aren't getting tired of that. The entrance, my little 3-part intro is, hey ladies, I hope I'm finding you fulfilled. I'm like, I don't know. I just love it. I hope it's fun. I hope it's repetitive for you in a way that you can kind of like try to guess what I'm about to say, maybe based on the title. But I do hope that it's okay. I love it. And I hope you love it as well. Anyway, it's good to be here. It's good to be back doing my podcast. I took a little bit of a break, tried to revamp a little bit, and I want to bring you something that is rich with inspiration towards your transformation, because that's what we're talking about. It's my intention to give you just one nugget of transformation, just a nugget to inspire you towards change. Change is hard. And the thing is that we can't avoid it, right? We can't avoid change. And it's frustrating because sometimes you want to just enjoy a little cruise in your life. And sometimes that's not always the case. And today I want to talk about fulfillment, like finding a little bit of a rhythm in your life that creates the sense of fulfillment. I don't think happiness is the only key to what we're looking for during our time on this planet. I think fulfillment is. I mean, I can be happy doing, different things and activities and whatever, but what I really want, what I really look for is to be fulfilled. And when we have a life of fulfillment, then happiness is kind of a byproduct of that. Like, all right, I won't give you too much story. Let's get to it. Let's just get in it. So to create fulfillment in your life, I think self-reflection is in order. I think having a sense of you, what makes you tick. Now, this is a lifelong journey. I have been in the personal development journey. I started somewhere in the mid-90s, early 90s. And self-reflection and introspection, the study of you, that is a lifelong journey. Like, I'm almost 51 and I am still learning. And I hope that you are too. I know a lot of people, I have a few friends and even a couple of clients that don't read anymore. They read different fiction books, but they don't read to develop themselves, to overcome their problems, to understand themselves at a deeper level. And I find that to be kind of sad, but I guess that's what gives me the business, right? Is we stop doing that. We stop growing. We stop changing. We think we're just going to get a job, get married, have some kids and settle down. There is no settle down. There is no settling in life. Life is always moving. And when you have that self-reflection, things can get exciting again. Our life is always changing and always developing. Our spirit is always seeking expansion. And when we can start learning to go with that expansion, life can be really rewarding and really fulfilling. And it begins with self-reflection, going inward and understanding what is it about you. You can do this through personality tests. You can take an Enneagram test and look any of these up, or certainly, you can ask a question. You can find me on my Chakras for Beginners page. You can come into my Lady Rising page on Facebook and you can ask any question. Or if you're not on Facebook, totally fine. Send me an email at themeditationroomtc@gmail.com and be like, okay, what did you say? What are you talking about? We take personality tests, an Enneagram. You can do numerology. You just need your birth date and your time of birth. You can do the wealth dynamic test if you're in business, and even not, just the way that you create money. Whether you're an employee or an entrepreneur or an employer, it's a way that you create money. Another really good one is Strength Finder 2.0. That tells you basically what kind of person you like or what kind of person you are, what you like, how you work. They're amazing. They're amazing. Every single one of these tests gives you an idea about you. It gives you just an in-depth. It's like meeting a friend for the first time, knowing nothing about them, and then spending some time, coffee, dinner, hanging out, going for walks, doing whatever it is you do. And over time, you learn more and more about this person. Well, that person is you. There isn't a more important person to learn about than you. And you can do a lot of this through just experience, just your life. You're like, okay, I like roller coasters. I don't like roller coasters. I like meat. I don't like meat. I like Brussels sprouts. I don't like Brussels sprouts. I mean, you learn different things. I like to work in this kind of environment. I like to work in this kind of environment. I like this kind of person. I don't like this kind of person, right? We start to learn through time and through our experience what we like and what we don't like. So self-reflection, getting to know you. So here's an example to take this a little bit further. On the Wealth Dynamics, which is, his name is Roger Hamilton. So he writes this book, Your Life, Your Legacy, and you can take this test called Wealth Dynamics. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because for some of you it may not even apply, but just this little bit, I just want to give you a hint of how this can work. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a coach. I'm a speaker. I create courses. I have a group coaching program. And I need to know this level of myself at a level that's deeper so I can truly understand how I operate as an entrepreneur. So I take this test. I'm a 72%, which is high, a 72% creator, meaning I love to create things. What I dislike are the details of things. So I can create a project, and then my ideal work environment would be to create the project and then leave all the details to someone else, a team, perhaps. Now, as an entrepreneur, I did know that. Like before I took the test, if you were to say and ask a question, I'd be like, I totally love projects, but I hate the details. But now that it's been confirmed. So then I have these steps to go, now what do I do? Now my focus is on to create a team. Somebody who is on the flip side of that chart in a wealth dynamics. And they love the details. They don't like the big vision. I'm like, I love the big vision. That's where I spend most of my time, most of my days. I love creating. I have ideas that flood in all the time. But when it comes to the details, it's a little overwhelming. So how does this apply to you? The more you get to know about yourself, the more your life can feel fulfilled. You now start to look for those things that resonate with you at all these different levels. I also love to be in charge. So I like to work with a team of people, and I'm okay to work by myself. But if I go in and let's say, go get a job, and I find that boss is going to be micromanaging, it's not going to be a good work environment for me. And I'm going to know that based on the reflection that I've done, getting to know myself better. So I'm going to then be more apt to find a job based on this criteria that's going to help me to feel more fulfilled. So what does this mean? It means more self-reflection, journaling, talking to yourself, recording, drawing, whatever you need to do that says, what do I like? What do I like in a person? What do I like in a job or career? What do I like in a relationship? What do I like? What are the things, I love freedom. I love adventure. Someone else might say, I love structure and security, right? I love people. I love to maybe work on a small team versus a lot. I get overwhelmed easily, or I love being with people and I love noise and chaos. Knowing these things about yourself can be just the first step to creating that life of fulfillment. Here's another thing. Goal setting. Simple but powerful goals. Now, I know a lot of you are looking, and I can see you. I can see you through my microphone. I can see you through my headphones. I can see you through my computer screen. You're like, please don't talk about goals. Now, a lot of people hate goals because they don't know how to achieve them. They don't know how to achieve them. They put a goal on a piece of paper, they write it down, they do the thing, they do some work, and then a couple days later, they're like, it's not working. I'm not reaching my goal. I'm not feeling better. I don't want to do it. Who cares? I give up. That's why we hate goals. The goal isn't the problem. The habits to reaching the goal is the problem. Now, I do have a couple of goal podcasts, and I don't want to get into it too much today, but I will tell you this, and this is a big, big nugget that I want you to really sit with for a minute. Your body, like your mind sets the goal, and it's your body that you have to drag through time and space to do the habits, the daily things, to get on the treadmill, to make a better choice, to do things that help you reach your goal. Right? If let's use a very, very simple term so you can understand. I'm sure you can, but I'm going to walk 100 miles, and I'm going to walk from here to that city that's 100 miles away. That's a goal. It's in my mind. I can visualize being there, the accomplishment of walking there. It's going to be so amazing. And now I need to get my body to train for it. I need to get my body to get up in the morning and put shoes on and put workout clothes and go walk on the treadmill or go walk outside to be able to walk that distance. Okay? So I'm dragging my body through space and time. That, my friends, is the problem, not the goal. The goal is not the problem. The problem is getting my body to do it. So here's the nugget. Here's the nugget for this particular thing when it comes to reaching goals. When you start accomplishing goals in your life, you start to feel a life of fulfillment. Now, getting my body to move requires my brain to go in the future, look at that goal, and start to get lit up by it. If I just get up every morning and go, eventually I'm going to look at the clock and go, I don't want to do this. I'm not getting up. What time is it? It's dark outside. It's cold. It's nice and warm in my bed. I'm not getting up, right? Turn that alarm off. Throw the alarm out. Throw the clock out the window. I'm not getting up. Nobody should get up at 5:30 in the morning and go walk on the treadmill. But if I sit for a minute and I send my mind into the future to look at that goal, to go, I think I want that. I know I want that. I know I can do it. And I visualize myself with the goal, having the goal, being in that state of accomplishing it until, now here's the big question. Here's the big word, until my body gets up on its own, until I feel motivated. Now, you do that for 5 minutes and you don't feel motivated and you begrudgingly go get your stuff on and you walk, you're gonna end up failing at this whole thing. Visualize. Send your mind into the future. Send your mind into the future. What would it look like if I achieved that goal? Why do you want it? Now, there's a lot of parts and pieces to the goal. This is mostly just about living a fulfilling life. But goal setting and achieving, learning how to achieve the goal, that's, my friend, can lead you to a fulfilling life. Choosing goals, like stand back at your life and go, okay, what if I was going to die in 30 days? What would I want to achieve? Because we tend to get a little lazy in our life, right? And we sit back and we go, it's fine. I got plenty of time. And then pretty soon, ask anybody who's in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Time goes by. Do not live without regrets. Do not live with regrets. Do not live with regrets. That's my main goal. Do the things, go see the things, experience in the things that you want to experience. Set those goals. That would lead you to a life of fulfillment. I promise. I promise. Here's another one. Problem solving. Look at your life. What problems do I have? A lot of the times we want to bury our own heads in the sand when it comes to a problem because we don't know how to solve it. We don't know what to do. I used to tell my oldest son, Bob, who's 28 now, but when he first moved in, I said, listen, you really need to get good at a couple of things. And the one thing I told him is getting good at problem solving. Get good at solving problems in your life. Whether it's a relationship problem, a health issue, a money issue, career, whatever, look at your life and go, how do I solve this problem? And then guess what? Guess what you can use to get to the heart of the problem? Reflection. Self-reflection. What is this problem? In my skill set, how can I solve this problem? What do I need? Try to look at the problem objectively. When we can think about the problem versus feeling it and being emotional about it, we can sit back and go, okay, this is a problem. Let's pretend it's somebody else's. And we go, what can I do to solve this problem? What do I have to do? Who do I have to Who do I have to hire? How much money do I need? What do I have to do? And having that positive mindset to move you towards looking at the outcome. If we can send our mind into the future, which is wrapping this into the second one, is goal setting. If this is the problem and the goal is going to be to solve this problem, and I want to go into self-reflection, we are wrapping the whole thing into one big nugget, one big present of, if I can do this self-reflection and understand my skills, if I can set goals and I can overcome problems, I am well on my way to being able to lead a fulfilling life. We have to be able to solve problems. The world just keeps moving. The universe keeps moving. Your spirit keeps expanding. You're going to constantly be faced with challenges. Listen, I started reading Norman Vincent Peale, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. If you've not read any of his books, I highly, highly recommend it. My favorite so far is The Power of Positive Thinking. It is a lot of stories, but it's really, really amazing. There's quite a few very, very powerful nuggets of inspiration that are going to really, really transform your life. The other one is You Can If You Think You Can. It's another one I'm reading, and it's amazing. And he talks a lot about being positive even when there isn't a problem, right? It's not about being a Pollyanna and walking around and big smile on your face. We got a flat tire and you're standing in the rain, but it's like, okay, I can do it. I believe in myself. I know that I can get through this. I know that I'm smart enough to figure this out. It's like using affirmations, but it's so much deeper than that. And it really is using the power of the universe, or using godlike power that we all have in us. You are not just a human being in some carcass walking around on this planet. You have power within you to create your life. I was just watching a movie. It's called The Portable Door. And the whole movie is not all that amazing, but this one sentence that was in there is this kid, or this girl saying to this kid, you don't have to find the door, you create the door. And it's like, that's amazing, because within our faculties of our body and our mind, we are creating our life. If you are thinking misery thoughts, you're going to create a miserable life. If you are thinking amazing thoughts, you're going to create an amazing life. Just go back and listen to my podcast about intention setting. Go back and listen to number 1. The very first podcast I recorded is about setting intentions. If you mean business, set an intention. If you want to change your life and you want to create a fulfilling life, start setting intentions. Start creating the energy that you want to experience. You wake up in the morning and say, oh God, this day is going to shit. Well, you just set the intention about what your day is going to be like, because everything is energy. So let me just recap real quick. If you want a fulfilling life, self-reflection is number 1. That is always my number 1 thing, is learn more about you. There isn't anybody more important on this planet than you. Going inward, journaling, meditating, reading books about you, exploring your life, understanding what you like and what you dislike. The next, goal setting. Set a goal. It stimulates the body. It stimulates the mind into new and possibility. What's possible for you? What could you possibly do in 18 months, 8 months, 8 days? What is something you want to experience? And then getting the body on board with that thing. Getting the body in tune with that vision that you want until the body gets up and moves on its own. Because that's what alignment is. I get my mind onto something and my body's going, okay, I agree with that. Boom, off we go. I'm going to go make a sandwich. My mind goes, oh, I think I just got the sensation and the nerve message that my body is hungry. And my body goes, yep, we're hungry. I said, how's the sandwich sound? Body goes, is there going to be salami involved? Yeah, there could be salami. Boom, we're going upstairs and making a sandwich before I even know it. It's done and over and I'm eating it. That's alignment. Okay. And the last one is a positive mindset. You need a book? Norman Vincent Peale. It's an old book, but it's really fun to read. It's got a lot of powerful messages in it. And I say, take it to heart and start to practice it. What have you got to lose? If you're living a life that is not fulfilled right now, and I say, let's start shifting some things, and you're like, I don't really want to do that anymore. I'm like, dude, what have you got to lose? Let's try it. Because if your life starts turning, and if it starts shifting, and the course starts to get corrected, and you start heading towards the sunset instead of off the cliff, Wouldn't it be worth it? That's my question to you. Wouldn't it be worth it? I hope that this finds you well. If you would love to dive deeper on this, please send me an email, themeditationroomtc@gmail.com. Say, hey, Jen, let's have a conversation. I would love to talk with you, let you know how I can best support you in this endeavor. Thank you for being an integral part of my podcast community. I hope today's episode found you well and filled you with inspiration towards your transformation. I appreciate you being here with me today, and your support means the world to me. And I'm grateful to be on this journey with you, and it is my hope that I can play just a small part in your spiritual transformation. If you've ever felt motivated or indeed found that nugget of inspiration from my podcast, you now have an opportunity to show your appreciation. If you'd like to buy me a coffee or a chai tea as a token of support, you can do so through the link in the podcast show notes. I usually drink chai tea as coffee really winds me up, and I could do like a 20-minute episode in 2 minutes. But just know that your support fuels my passion to keep offering you these powerful episodes and encourages me to keep going and growing, but with much love and gratitude. Until next time, you keep going, growing, and looking for those nuggets of inspiration towards your transformation.